How's it going, everyone? Jiraiya here. Welcome back to another episode of The Vault. And of course, this week, guys, we're going to be talking about something a bit supernatural again, kind of staying in the theme of supernatural. And, until I kind of change it up a little bit. Again, if you guys would like for me to do something a little bit different, kind of veer away from the supernatural, paranormal, so forth, etc., be sure to let me know in the comment section down below. Give me an idea, give me a story, share a story that you want me to, you may be interested in, want me to talk about and give my thoughts and opinion on it. Let me know in the comment section down below. Now, this week what we're going to be talking about is, guys, I have a friend that does construction, sell construction equipment and so forth, makes a lot of money doing it. And it's been doing it for a very long time. And we were talking one day, we were kind of sharing stories. I don't remember how the conversation came around, but I believe we had we were there talking, and someone kind of just stopped by and we're just talking about how they had a crazy experience and so forth, etc., where we got on the topic of course, supernatural and so forth, etc. Now, while I didn't go into my story that I explained to you guys, they were more mainly talking about some different stuff that happened and why they don't believe this and believe that. And one person was basically saying he believes in science and doesn't believe in supernatural stuff and so forth, etc. So my friend there, I won't say his name to keep his identity, of course, private, but he then turned to me and he said, man, I don't know what he's talking about. All I'm going to say is this. I'm someone that have never thought about any of these things. In fact, I never was brought up in church and so forth, etc. So I didn't have any reason to believe a lot of these things. I just figured there was a higher being there, and I kind of figure I'll find my own way as to who I want to, of course, give that praise to. Now, what I will say happened to me, and this was at around when I was about 20 something, in my late 20s, early 30s. You remember being at home, and so he got his own place, being at home, and he went to sleep. And so he went to sleep and he dreamed that something woke him up, felt like he was being held down, and something kind of came over him, hold him down, and was saying, it's time for you to come with me. He couldn't see the face of the person. It was just, I guess you could say, like a black mask. And then basically what happened is almost as if the thing that was holding him down then came off the bed, went to the foot of the bed, and then started dragging him into the ground. Basically what happened is he got pulled to the edge of the bed, and of course where his foot is already facing, and then whatever it is started pulling him downward, where he was actually waking up out of his sleep. And he woke up out of his sleep to find himself in just cold sweat, hot as a fire, his feet on fire, and his foot sitting on top of the floor. And where his foot was absolutely hot, like fire. And he said ever since that happened, he has become a believer that there may not be ghosts or may not be whatever people like to name it, paranormal stuff, but he believed that there is something there, because the dream that he had was absolutely frightening, the worst dream he had ever had till this day. And it was just one of those where he just couldn't explain what actually happened. And for me, even listening to it, talking to you guys now and giving you guys a story, goosebump. Now, obviously, I cannot verify if this story happened, but I trust this guy enough to say that if he's saying it happened, is the way he was talking about it, just the way he looked, and you can even kind of see him kind of look, a bit freak out saying it. It definitely looked very genuine. Again, he may be just pulling, tugging, playing around, but I will say he definitely seemed to be very serious. He's not a guy that joke around very much, and just from him telling that story, just seemed like it was a terrifying experience for him. The waking up, being on the edge of the bed, you're absolutely sweating. I'm talking about his clothes was soaked and he was hot like fire. The house was cold because he had AC and everything running in the house, but yet still he's just sweating. His clothes is wet just from sweating. And like he said, he literally woke up with his foot on the ground. The last thing he saw in his dream was something pulling him into the ground. And where it was just like fires, and like the ground opened up and he was being pulled, almost like he's being pulled, dragged to hell, so to speak. And when he actually woke up out of his dream, he's on the edge of the bed sitting up, not necessarily sitting up, but you know how someone's pulling you out the bed, how you kind of folding over. That's how he was folding over, and his feet was just standing on the ground, and right by his ground, he didn't have any shoes on or anything, no socks, and the ground was absolutely hot as if it was on fire. That is absolutely crazy, in my opinion. What a crazy story. Do you guys have any crazy story that you'd like to share? Anything similar to that? Or even the two stories that I've shared from my own experience? Let me know in the comment section. I'd love to hear them. A friend story that you might want to share that you think may be true. I do definitely think this story is true. He swore to me that it was. Again, it could be that he's pulling my bowels, but like I said, I do think and believe that he's being truthful. He have mentioned it to me again and another person, and pretty much told the story the same way as well. So I think if he was lying, maybe he would have slipped up a little bit on just a few things here and there, and it was identical to what he was saying. Hearing him telling it a second time around. So I do believe it was a true story. I do believe that he had that dream, especially after my experience that I've had, not just me, but my brother and 30 different people having experience at the same time, same night, same day. Yeah, I just couldn't look past this story, and I wanted to share it with you guys. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think that that experience definitely happened? Do you guys have anything similar to say in regards to that one? I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts and opinion. Let me know what you guys think. Share this video if you guys definitely enjoyed. Think anybody else would enjoy it. Be sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe, and let me know your thoughts and opinion, and leave any suggestions you guys have for the vault. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hopefully you guys enjoy. See you guys in the next one. Peace.